can start. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about language learning. I have with me today Juliana, Wanda, Julia, and Natalia to talk about this topic. It's a pleasure to be here with you all. And if you want to learn English, Spanish, French, Italian, please come with us to learn language. So please, let's introduce ourselves. Wanda, I will start from you. Please introduce yourself for us.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Wanda from Niterói, Rio de Janeiro. Two sons, two daughters-in-law, and one grandson, and two cats. Is that?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you. Juliana, your turn.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm Julie. I'm from Belo Horizonte. I'm in fight with my neighbor now. It's noisy too much here because the Jew won. But that's it. I like to learn a language. At the moment, English is my priority. And that's it. Thank you, guys.
Very good. Very good. Natalia, your turn.
Hello, guys. My name is Natalia. I'm from Beraba, Minas Gerais. I live with my parents and my cat. The essential is this.
Good. Julia, please.
Hi guys, my name is Julia. I am 19 years old. I live in São Paulo and I am a person who has many hobbies. I like to dance, I like reading, I like to watch TV, and I like to pass my free time with my family, with my friends, and with my cat. I have cats too. I have three, two boys and one girl. I love my cats, and I started learning English alone before I started to learn with a course. And now I try to learn with conversation here and talk.
Very good. Thank you so much. And I'm from Brasilia, 29 years old, nutrition students. I work as a personal training nowadays, and I'm here to learn as well. Guys, so we have 5 people in the main room, so please, I will ask you all to manage your time and let everybody talk a little bit, okay? And let's start for the number 1. How do you approach learning a new language, and what strategies have you found most effective? Natalia, let me know.
Okay, so depends. For example, if I need to take serious, for example, learning English, okay, I need to learn English because of my job, because I want to do a PhD, so I take more serious. But if it's something that I just want to do for fun, I don't, I don't put so much effort on it, and I think this could be a problem. So, for example, right now I'm trying to learn French, and the way that I'm doing is just using Duolingo, like 5 minutes per day. I don't think it's enough, so I wouldn't consider this learning effectively a new language. But for example, English right now here in Talk and Talk. Also, I try to learn about grammatics. Grammatic.
Grammar.
Grammar. Thank you, Epaminondas. Because it's when you need to take more serious, right? That's all.
Yeah, I totally feel you about Spanish because I'm learning Spanish just on Duolingo, but I'm not doing a big effort for this. So I totally feel you about your learning other language. So it's not easy, but very good, very good. You are here in the right place to learn. Wanda, and you, let me know.
Yeah, when I start to learn English, I think I thought to myself, I need to read a book all the time, and I I knew about talk, I start talking, and I start reading a book because I hate grammar or textbooks or exercise. I rate this kind of path for learning. Then I learn with a little bit fun books with Google Translate to add me to help me, and I every all the time I stayed reading a book and talk with the talk. Is that?
Good strategy. Good strategy. Thank you. And you, Julie, let me know your
Yes.
methods.
So I'm like Ivanda. I don't like too much the grammar. I know it's important. I'm study I'm studied too much in the past, but I need to study more. But at the moment, I'm just reading important texts for me, and in the list too much things it's important to me too. And of
Yeah.
course, I'm talking here when I have opportunity. I'm talking with people, with the other people.
And doing a good progress because I watch you in the beginner meeting before this, and you are improving a lot your English. Congratulations. Julia, and you, let me know.
So I like to learning other languages use things in my routine. Like I am a person who likes so much to reading and to watching TV. And when I start to learning other language, I custom to use the things when I watching in the past. Like I like to watch Friends. This I see American series, and I start to learn the series in English, and this helped me a lot to train my listening and my pronunciation. And I start to read again books. Like I read in the past one book who called it This Ends With Us, and I read this book again, but in English. And to me, this helped me a lot to learning this language because I train all abilities like reading, like listening, and pronunciation. And now I am focused to my speaking because I need to speak more things because in my opinion are I always speak with the same words, and I don't want to discontinue um in my way with learning other language, but now I am focused just in conversation.
Very good. So the most part of people here like reading to learn, and some parts watching series, videos. Good tips, good tips. I love apps to learn. I think that I did a good progress using apps like Duolingo and flashcards. For me, flashcards is the best to improve vocabulary. So this is my strategies. Number two, can you share a memorable experience or achievement in your language learning journey? I don't know, but something that you got and you have had a good achievement that, oh, I want to do it, and you got it. I don't know, but let me know if you have some experience like that. Wanda, I will start from you. Let me know.
Yeah, not a strong achievement, not a memorable, but I get proud of myself because I can nowadays I can talk in English 3 years ago, I have nothing in English in my memory. I couldn't speak a sentence, and now I can talk. It's a good a good thing. Not a memorable, not a so, but I'm proud of myself.
For sure, for sure. And very good. Very good. Julie, and you?
Yes, in the last week, I'm participating data privacy global conference, and there 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 are there was a lot stranger people in different countries, Kenya, United States, India, and I can talk with the people. I can I can talk about things helps with me, and the situation with my colleagues and sort African restaurant, and we talk too you talk too much, and when the restaurant closed, and and I'm tell this story for a African girl in the conference.
Very good. Very good. So I think it's so important for us when we active something like that. So yeah, I don't know you, but I feel like yeah, I can do it. I don't know. I feel like a superhero when I'm talking English after to learn. So it's special for me. So I totally feel you. Congrats for that, Julia. And you?
So I have a funny memory with my journey learning English. One time I stay in one group with conversation English in Discord, and I do my first conversation, and I cannot to speak nothing. I don't understand a lot in English, and in this group don't have many peoples, and in the meeting have just three peoples, and the all can speak, start to learn, start to speak in English, many things, and I don't understand nothing. And these people will start to talk with me, and I try to speak, but I cannot do that. And this is a horrible experience, but it's okay. In the first we start don't know nothing, but it's funny to remember this because I just stay in the meeting, and the people talk, and they stay like, oh my god, I can't, I want to go get out of here. I cannot speak. I don't understand nothing. These people start to speak with me, and I don't understand. I can't speak, and this is horrible. But now I can speak.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you. I feel it's so good. It's so good. And I'm proud about you. Natalia, and you, let me know.
Okay, so first I would like to share a bad experience, a good and bad experience. I had a chance to meet one of my idols, Lorena McKennitt. I don't know if you guys know her. She's a singer, and I love her so much. So I went to this concert in Porto Alegre, and I was there and waiting for her to ask for autograph. And she talked to me and I didn't speak in English. So I was so, I had the opportunity to meet the person that I love, and she tried to talk to me, and I was I don't speak in English. And I remember this was the virada de chave. How can I say this?
Yeah, turning point maybe.
The turning point to no, I need to do something about this. And nowadays, I'm able to talk in English with people. Last week, a guy from I don't know from where, but called my job speaking English. I work in a university here, so I don't know, but I just say hello. Do you speak English? Yes, I do, sir. What? How can I help you? And all my colleagues say, "What? Actually, we're speaking English here in the job." So this is so amazing. I hope I can find Lorena again and say, Lorena, now I can speak English. But that's my bad, and nowadays I'm a good experience.
Yeah, sometimes bad things uh, make us to do a lot of progress. So yeah, you do that. Very good, very good. Guys, let's skip for number 3. In what ways has technology, such as language learning apps or online resources, influenced the way you learn language? Because sometimes I think about the past. For example, to learn English, for example, it was so hard. Maybe just books or travel to other country. But nowadays we have a lot of resource to learn. How this kind of resource changed or help you to learn? Let me know your perspective about. Natalia, please.
I think now learning English is more democratic. This word exists because,
Maybe I
as
don't
you
know.
say, Epaminondas, in the past, you just have the chance to learn English with books or to pay a course, and it was not all people that have this condition. But nowadays, you can do this free on platforms. Even Talk and Talk, I know they have like free classes, right? So it's more a question now of wish. I mean, I don't know if wish is the word for this too, but to organize your time, and you have free resources, so it's good. And for example, some apps, they have this intelligence to know the right way to make you learn fast. I think this is a good point too in apps.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree with you. Julie, and you?
Yes, I used to mod the technology, artificial intelligence for help me, but I like I have a lot of apps in my cell phone. At the moment, I don't use too much, but I think it's important, but you can you can lost in the excess. I think it's important.
Yeah, good point. You brought a good point about technology, about a lot of resources. We have a lot of options, so we feel stuck at to start. That's a good point. Wanda, let me know your perspective about.
Yeah, I think technology easier the learning and the learning languages because it's so easy today. We choose the time. You don't need to put a clothes, a special clothes to go to the college or the school, the English school or language school. And it is so interesting if you want to learn about music, you have the zap to learn about music and everything is offering for you in the technology for learning English, learning all the things you want to learn. Nowadays, I like to learn geopolitics, and I learn too in the apps, and it's so good. I think technology is for if you want, you go because it's so easier.
Yeah, nowadays so fast, and we have a lot of resources to learn. Maybe, for example, maybe you can learn through news from other countries. So it's so interesting. So good, good. Julia, and you, let me know.
So, in my opinion, now is more easy to learning other languages for technology because we can do many things use it technology. Like if I can't training my listen, I can um watching TV like Netflix things, and I can just watch in English, and this is more easy. It's more easy to has materials to learning. And I think in the past, learning English is so difficult because it's just in school. And I think we don't have good methods in school of English because we go to school and they stay with years in school just learning grammar and the before we learning conversation, but it's not like we doing here. And the now is more easy. You learn.
Yeah, I totally agree to you. And guys, I'll skip for the number 4. So everybody here has had good points, turning points, like Natalia said, Wanda, and everybody here. But we we all know that it's not easy to learn English. Sometimes we don't feel motivated to continue. So let's skip for the number 4 because it's important to talk about how do you stay motivated during the challenging moments of language learning, especially when faced with difficulties. For example, I don't know you all, but I feel this in, for example, about Spanish or in English. I had some moments like that. So it's not easy. It's so hard, and we are not motivated to do every single day the same thing. So it's hard. Let me know, how do you feel, or melhor, or how do you face this kind of thing when it happened with you? Um, Julia, please.
So, like you said, it's not easy you learning other language, and it's more difficult you continue learning because we have many challenges in your journey. But I want to when I use it, I always think I need to study because in the future I can be advanced in English. This help me in my work, in my studies, and I putting this in my head, but it's difficult. Sometimes I talk, oh, today I'm going to learn English, and the studies is not good, and the I start with I don't know how to say this in English, but I start to procrastinate what I want to do. But all things you want to study is the same. Study is not easy, but I think we need to focus in your goal and start to doing what stay in your what you need to doing, and doing what is efficient with your life. I think this is so important.
Very good. Thank you so much for your answer. Julie, and you, how do you handle? How do you face when it's handled with you? Number 4.
Ah, I think it's complicated. It's hard to keep it motivated, but I think in my goals, like Julia said, I think things I want to do, I need to do for this, and the like Natalia said, the example. When you have an opportunity to talk something you like, something you love, but you can express this because you don't have the background to talk enough.
It was my biggest challenge when I'm during my process in English because I had in Portuguese a good vocabulary, but in English I didn't have. So in my mind, for example, here in Talk and Talk, I had a amazing answer, but I couldn't do it in English because I hadn't vocabulary enough. So frustration, and felt bad because of that. So it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to learn a new language. Natalia, let me know your point about.
I agree with all the answers. And now that you said this, Epaminondas, I remember the fact that I have a friend that she said that I'm really cute. Oh, you're so cute. Your English is so cute. But it's because of this, because sometimes you don't have vocabulary enough, right, to express yourself. So I noticed this can make your personality different when you're talking another language. So another friend say is because you don't listen to her speaking Portuguese. She's really sarcastic, but I don't know how to be sarcastic in English, you know? So I try to remember this. This is a point because I would like to be myself. I would like to show my real personality. So this is one thing. And I think goal is it's the most important thing. You need to focus on your goals, because if you don't have goals, probably you'll not take serious learning a new language.
For sure, for sure. And just to add something, I made a lot of friends here on TNT since last year, and some people when see, for example, my Instagram, say for me, you are totally different. Talking in Portuguese is so strange because I don't know your this I forgot the word you said, personality. So it's totally different, and it's interesting because I feel different when I talk in English. Nowadays, I'm feeling more, I, I don't know, but free to talk. So, but in the beginning, it's so hard because I hadn't vocabulary enough, and so it's hard to be when I am really am. So it's interesting to think about. Wanda, your turn. Let me know.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's totally different to talk in English and talk in Portuguese. I express myself in another way. It's totally different. When I stay lazy to learn English to get step by step my process. I change my strategy. For example, if I make Duolingo every day, I I give up with Duolingo and I start to sound. Sound is learning about with music is really interesting, and I give up with this sound too, and I start to see series and the movies, and I I do this. I change my strategies, and vocabulary. I think books is so interesting because the author, the writer, um, make the sentence the same time, and then you read one, two, three books for from the this writer, and you change for another one. It's so interesting because you see the really English expressed in a story. It's really good.
Very good, very good. I like it to learn through books. Maybe this is the best strategy for me. For example, it's not focusing, but
Yeah.
English book, and I really love to read, so it helped me a lot. I tried to learn English through series, for example, Friends, and it doesn't work for me. So I think a good tip. It's important to know what really uh, is the best for you. So try a lot of strategies and discover what worked for you. I think this is a good way to do a good improvement in English or other language in a good way, and don't feel frustrated or things like that or bored because you are not learning through the way that really works for you, because we have a lot of ways nowadays because of the technology, for example. So it's my tip for this.
Yeah, technology open our world to learn anything you need.
For sure, totally. Guys, let's talk about the number 5. And I had a friend of mine that say, "Oh, I go for the United States to learn English." But nowadays I have a different perspective about. I think it's better to learn here in Brazil because I don't know, but you have more resources. Maybe you feel comfortable because okay, I want to talk in English, but it's not a mandatory. I don't have to go to the supermarket and talk in English, for example. So it's better to manage. And about this kind of thing, about immersion in the culture, for example, travel to other country that the mother language is English, for example, other language. Let's change a little bit this question. You think that it's mandatory to go to the other country, for example, and to be in a immersion, culture immersion to learn English or not? You can learn here, for example, if you really do it in a good way. What do you think? Your perspective about culture immersion to get a language, a new language. It's mandatory or not? Let me know. Um, Julie, I will start from you.
I think it's not mandatory. Okay, I think it depends your goals, but I for the older ends, I think it's important you have the immersion in the culture. You like it to know more, because the language, it's not only words, it's about culture. When you have specific expressions in the other countries, use it for different meanings, for different situations, and different nuances. I know the word exactly, but I think this.
Perfect. I loved your answer. Julia, let me know your perspective about.
So I totally agree when you say we need to learn English here in Brazil to travel before, because in my opinion it's so difficult. You don't know about the language and you go to other country to learn it because you don't know nothing, and to me it's so difficult because you need to learn some words, some expressions, just to doing the basic things in your routine. But I think this immersion in other cultures can help you to learning more about your language while you learn. Like it's totally different to talking in English with Brazilian people who live in American people who is American, and this is so better because you really know why the Americans say how talking in English, and I think travel and going to study in other country can help you a lot to do that. And I think this immersion can help you. And I think you study other culture can help you, and you don't need to travel, but if you can talk with other people, use the app to do that. And this is so easy and it's so good.
Thank you, Julia. Very good answer. Wanda, and you, what do you think about?
I totally agree with Julie, but I think if you go to another place, it's really good for your learning because you take off your accent or most of your accent and stay here talking with Brazilian people. We get we conserve our accent more and more. I think if you can go to another place, it's really important. And like Julie said, the culture is totally different because if you say hello in a place, in another place is not good to say hello. There is many kinds of education cultures that you need to respect. Yeah.
Very good, Wanda. Even in Brazil, so talking in Portuguese, if you go to other states, so it's totally different, and the people, I don't know, but it's different. It's different the way to handle with other people. So
Approach to approach is different.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Natalia, and you, let me know what do you think
Right.
about.
I like all the answers and I agree with everyone. I don't think it's mandatory, but I would say that make things easier, I think, because here in Brazil, if you think you can do a cultural immersion here, right? Maybe, for example, okay, today I would just listen music in English, just see series in English, try to talk in English with people that can talk in English with you. But when you're in another place, you have the whole package, and you sometimes exist situations that you don't even imagine that could happen, right? So from small things to big things. But I had the experience. I spent almost 3 months in Seattle. I went there to work in a hostel by work packers. So it is like this: you go to the place, you work for free, and they let you stay for free. So it's like an exchange. But I just have that environment, like I mostly English that I learned inside the hostel was about things that happen in the hostel, like terms that I use in that environment. And also I had a lot of people that speak Spanish, so it's hard for us to stay continue speaking English. So maybe, but a good a point. I feel like a shit. I can't speak English that good. So I remember when I come back to Brazil, I just focus and I need to learn English. So I realize that I feel more pressure, to make my English better when I come back. So I would say here in Brazil, after this trip, I learned much more English than when I was there. So I think both. It depends, right?
Yeah,
But I don't think on that.
I think depends of the goal, So, but I don't know from my perspective, of course, but I think that it's better to know something here in Brazil to learn something about the English, maybe the basic things, so vocabulary enough to do your things, and maybe after go to other country to because I think it will be so hard because if you know nothing, it's so hard to face the problems and easy situations that maybe if you had a good vocabulary in English, learn it here in Brazil, it become more pleasant to enjoy your experience there. So I think I don't know. I think there's no correct answer for this. Depends on the goal, but I totally think that it's not mandatory as well. Uh, Folks, I will skip for the number 7. It's a good question, I think. Number 7 is, what challenge do you find most common among language learners, and how can they be overcome? I don't know, but everybody here are learning other language, and maybe we know some people that are learning as well. What do you think that is the most common problem or most common challenge when the person is learn language, for example, English, Spanish, I don't know, but other language, the most common problem, and how to face this problem, how to overcome this problem? I I want to know your perspective. Wanda, please, the most common problem about learning language.
I think talking about verbs is so difficult because put the correct verbs in the sentence is a really challenge. But all the things are challenging. Listen is terrible because native people talk so fast for our ears is difficult and really difficult. And talking, I think talking is the less challenge because you can talk in your time, you talk easy. Yes, but listening and put the correct verbs in the sentence.
Yeah, grammar is not easy. So, and everybody here doesn't like to study grammar as well. So hard, hard. Julia, and you, what do you think? The most common problem and how to overcome this?
Julia is me or Julie?
Julia, you, please.
Okay. So to me, to writing in English, it's much difficult to me because it's so difficult. You know how exactly writing one word or one phrase, and I like to learn text in Portuguese in Brazil, and I really want to know how I do this in English. But to me, it's so difficult to do that because you need to know punctuation, English, verbs, and this is so difficult. And I know listening, I know speaking, but I know writing. I know writing, but I know writing. And I need to train this because I need to do that in the future.
Very good, very good. Thank you. Juliana, Julie, let me know your point. The most common problem that the people are learning language face and how to overcome.
I think the most common uh, hard for people, difficult, it's speak. People learning writing, learning reading, but uh, don't have courage to speak, have a fear to speak wrong, things like this. I think speaking it's more difficult for many learners.
Thank you. Natalia, your turn.
I agree with Judy. I think this is the most common problem because people don't feel confident to express themselves. Because when you are learning a new language, in the beginning you talk like a kids, right? So I think you feel shy about this. I made a mistake. So because when you're a kid, people don't care for speaking wrong. Oh, so cute, right? So but when you're an adult, you feel like stupid when you're doing mistakes like this. So I think this is the most important thing. Don't care, don't worry about this because you need to learn, right? So it's common to make mistakes. And I think this is in all languages for everyone that speaks any kind of language.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree with you. And to add something, I think that the most common problem that the people face is actually two. Hurry. A lot of people want to learn English faster, and sometimes it's frustrated because it's not easy, it's not faster. So I think that the people have to need to be patient about the process. And number two, judgment. as you said, Natalia, because sometimes it's so hard because the people judge us a lot. Oh, you don't spell this sentence or this word correctly. So, man, I'm learning, and I will make mistakes. So we have a lot of judgment from other people, and the most part of the time, the people that don't talk English or don't feel comfortable to talk. And I think that judgment and hurry is the biggest problem for the people that want learn language, English or other language. And it's important to be conscious about, because it's not easy. Step by step, day by day, it's hard, and you need to be to do a good job every single day, and don't don't care about the people around you. Just do your things, and maybe find for people that are learning as well, because these people will understand you better than other people that just want to judge you. So filter the people around you when you are learning other language. It's important for me. This is the biggest problem. And to finish, number 8, how does learning a new language contribute to personal growth and broaden one's perspective on the world? Because, for example, we are saying that it's not easy, and you need to overcome this to learn other language. How learn a new language contribute to personal growth and broaden one's perspective on the world? Natalia, please let me know.
I
Number
think
8.
any kind of achievement make you feel more confident in all your of or como é que fala áreas da vida? I forgot to say.
Areas,
Yes.
perspectives, different areas of your life.
So I think this happened, and also I think you feel more humble, you know? Not a person that I know everything, and when you start learning a new language, as I said in the other answer, it's you feel like a kid. So I think it make you more humble to everything and more patient to other people as well.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think this is a good, very good thing to be a humble. I did the same. So it's not easy when you understand that you respect more the other people that are doing progress. Julie, Christina, let me know your perspective.
Yeah, I agree with Natalia. I think people, if a person is arrogant, you need to humble to learn something new. And the language, it's like you learning all the things again, but in older language and the older culture. And that's it. It's important to be humble.
Yeah, for sure, totally. Julia, and you?
So learning English to me helped me a lot to um, grow my personality, because it's good to learning other things. And then now I think it is good because learning English helped me to learn Portuguese too, and I think I grow for this. And it's nice because I can watching things in English, in Portuguese, and I'm feeling better because I can do that.
Very good. Thank you so much. Wanda, how about you?
I totally agree with Natalia and Julie. I think you need to get humble, but we need to see ourselves with a pride, because it's so hard to learn all the things, and we get humble to do step by step, and fall down, and again, start again, and commit mistakes, and face ourselves committing this mistake. When our meeting finished, oh my gosh, I talk this word in the wrong way. Oh my gosh! In another time, and it's we talk about our no our judgment, but our balance and humble and pride for ourselves, and be patient with ourselves, because you will commit many mistakes all the time, and fall down, and forget words, and forget all the things, and restart again.
Very good. Very good. Maybe we have time for one new question. So 1 minute for each one here. Please share a tip for the people who maybe are watching us on YouTube and want to learn a new language. One tip, short tip for these people. How what do you say for the people that want to start learn new language? 1 minute for each person. Wanda, please, one tip for the people that are learning.
Start with talking, because here we don't have judgment, and you push ourselves to talk and to learn. Yeah, is that.
Good tip. Very good tip. Julie Christina.
Start now. Don't let for the new year.
Very good. Very good. Natalia.
Something that I like to do, talk alone, just here in front of the mirror. I think this make you feel more confident too.
I do it every single day until now. Julia, let me know.
Sorry, what is question?
Please share a tip for the people who want to learn English or other language. Just a tip in 1 minute for the people that want to start learn.
Um, I think to learning use things in your routine. Uh, this is easy to you because learning English, I think, in my opinion, learning English cannot be formal because learning English can be funny. If you funny in the study this in the same time as you can learn more, and this helped me a lot. And the is not um is not bad you use it informal things to learning other language. These my tips.
Very good. I do it a lot as well. Very good tip. And people, our time is running out, unfortunately, because I love this topic. And I put here the forms. Please click in the link, go to the survey, let me know what you think about this immersion. If you want to suggest some topic for me to bring another immersion, feel free. It's totally anonymous. I don't know who are typing. And yeah, let me know what you think about. And thanks a lot, Wanda, Natalia, Julie, and Julia to be here with me today. And you are more than invited for the next week in the same time to be here with me. Okay? Take care. See you soon.